Good morning and welcome to another beautiful edition of Plus Sports right here on Plus TV. My name is Wale Agbede and we do have a lot on the menu for you this morning. We start off this morning from boxing, where heavyweight champion Tyson Fury has offered Anthony Joshua a chance to fight for his WBC title before the end of the year. Fury hinted that he was retiring from boxing after beating Dillian Whyte in April of this year, but he has been seeking a high-profile fight, with recent reports all pointing towards a fight with Ukrainian Alexander Usyk. In a video he posted on social media, the British boxer has now publicly challenged Joshua to get into the ring with him for his belt. All right, welcome back to Plus Sports right here on Plus TV. You heard the Gypsy King there calling out Anthony Joshua to come back into the ring before the end of the year. Don't forget, Joshua, of course, just lost to Usyk last month in a rematch for some of the belts that he lost last September against the same opponents. Let's move on to the United States now, where the Super Falcons are preparing to face the United States of America for a second match, sort of a rematch also, in a two-legged friendly affair that was planned for the Falcons ahead of the Women's World Cup that goes down next year. Joining me on the show this morning is the media officer of the Super Falcons, all the way from Washington, where the Falcons are preparing to play the United States. Good morning, Oluchi. Thank you for joining us on the show. Good morning, Oluchi. Can you hear me? All right, looks like Oluchi is still not ready for us. Anyway, going to New York now at Flushing Meadows, American Francis Tiafoe played the match of his life to beat second seed Rafael Nadal 6-4, 4-6, 6-4, 6-3 in the fourth round of the US Open on Monday. Tiafoe covered his face with his hands as he soaked up the cheers from a packed house at the Otto Ashe Stadium after breaking Nadal for a fifth time to claim the biggest upset of the tournament. Next up for Tiafoe is a quarterfinal showdown with Russian Andrei Rublev, who saw off Britain's Cameron Norrie 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. All right, on the women's side, Swiatek was given a mighty scare, as you can watch on your screen right now, by little-known Julie Niemeyer before the Polish top seed finally handed the 108th-ranked German a 2-6, 6-4, 6-love reality check. The pair traded breaks twice to close out the second set, but Niemeyer scarcely put up a fight in the third, producing 14 unforced errors as her game quickly unraveled. It is the first time she has reached the quarterfinals at Flushing Meadows. She next faces informed American Jessica Pegula, who eased past Czech Petra Kvitova 6-3, 6-2. Welcome back to Plus Sports right here on Plus TV. We now have Oluchi back on the line, live from Washington, the media officer of the Super Falcons. Oluchi, good morning. Can you hear me now? Good morning, Oluchi. All right, looks like we're going to try to reach Oluchi at a later time to talk to us. The Super Falcons are in action tonight, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, 11 p.m. Nigerian time, 6 p.m. In the United States. So don't forget, there's still Plus Sports right here, and from 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. right here on Plus TV. We'll try to get Oluchi back online to speak to us before the Super Falcons are in action this evening at the Audi Field against the United States of America. Let's quickly move on to football now, and Erling Haaland was adapted well to his new position at Manchester City as their attacking leader, but manager Pep Guardiola said yesterday that the Premier League team cannot rely on just him to win the Champions League. The Norwegian striker has had a blistering start to his career in England's top flight, scoring 10 goals in just 6 games, the earliest any player has reached double digits in the Premier League's goal-scoring charts. He has also scored 23 times in the Champions League before his move to City, but Guardiola said the 22-year-old cannot shoulder the burden alone as they get ready to face Sevilla in the group stage today. All right, welcome back to the show. Talking Champions League with me this morning is a Nigerian sports journalist, a pundit, all the way from Lagos, Edwin Onyebolise. Edwin, good morning. Thank you for joining us on Plus Sports today.
Good to be here.
All right, fantastic. I mean, we just heard Pep Guardiola talk about Erling Haaland and, reminding people that they will not just be relying on Haaland to get them the trophy. But when you look at how he has started his City career, you get a feeling that he might just be the missing piece for Manchester City.
Obviously, when you look at his track record, like he rolled out in the Champions League, 23 goals from 20 games. He's had 10 goals in 6 Premier League games. It points out a man who has mastered the craft of putting the ball in the back of the net. And he was courted by some of the top clubs around Europe, and Manchester City, fortunately for them, got their man. And you can see that with each passing game, he gets into rhythm, gets into cohesion with his teammates, and he's banging in the goals, and you can see he's smiling and happy, Pep Guardiola and City fans.
For Manchester City, right, they've been a side that a lot of people have expected to have won the Champions League, especially with Guardiola's record before joining the club, and of course the investment that the owners have, pumped into the club. Do you think that this might be the year for Manchester City?
Funny enough, I think I have a different theory. I don't think a lack of goals is the reason why Pep hasn't won the Champions League with Manchester City. However, when you have someone as quoted as Erling Haaland, it gives you an added weapon in your armory. But notwithstanding, I think for the last 3 seasons, City have been favourites by bookmakers to win the Champions League. I think they've come full circle, and this is perhaps the best chance they have. Because Kevin De Bruyne, who's arguably the best midfielder in the world, is hitting 30, 31 years. Bernardo Silva looks like he might leave. Also in defense, there are a couple of guys who have been there for a while and might seek greener pastures if they don't get their hands on the Champions League. And also the mental part of having to come back from it and trying to go again. I think now is the perfect time for Manchester City to win the Champions League. And with Pep Guardiola, you can see he's taking it one game at a time, tampering expectations. But I get a feeling that around Europe, there's been wholesale changes either from the squad or the managers in the dugout. But with City, they remain intact. They've added 1 or 2 players. And I see no reason why they can't go further in the Champions League and get that elusive title that they've been chasing since the Abu Dhabi owners came in.
All right. Finally, before I let you go, Edwin, the big game today is between Paris Saint-Germain and Juventus. PSG have a terrible record against Juventus. They've lost the last 6 times they played against Juventus. In fact, the last time they played each other in an UEFA competition was in '96, and they were beaten 9 goals to 2. But PSG this season under Christophe Galtier have looked very interesting, whereas Juventus have not been as imperious. Do you think PSG are probably favourites tonight against Juventus?
I think that Paris Saint-Germain are also favourites. Even the big breakers side me. For Paris Saint-Germain, Gaeta has come in and has made them a really, really formidable side. We've always asked of a cohesive unit with Paris Saint-Germain. We've asked that they play as a team, not as individual. Right now, you're seeing that the group is stronger and there's less reliance on the individual quality in the side. You juxtapose that with Juventus side. It's funny that they brought in someone who won them 4 league titles or 5 league titles during that incredible run in the Italian Serie A. But question marks over Allegri. How he's utilized a squad that has one of the most informed and sought out striker in Dusan Vlahovic. They barely create chances. You see them score 1 goal and they retreat. The biggest example was against Fiorentina in Serie A. They got the first goal early on and they went back into their shells. You look at the confidence with which the Paris Saint-Germain are playing. Mbappe scoring, Neymar scoring, Messi providing the assist. It's just going to be one-way traffic. I fear for Juventus, they will get a serious hammering in Paris tonight. And it's going to be all hell loose for Allegri.
All right, thank you very much, Edwin, for joining me live on Plus Sports on Plus TV this morning. We hope to have you next time on the show. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, in other games to watch tonight in the UEFA Champions League, as it returns back to our screens, Real Madrid travel to Glasgow to play against Celtic. Dynamo Zagreb hosts Chelsea in Croatia, while Copenhagen travel to the Signal Iduna to play against Borussia Dortmund. Benfica will host Maccabi Haifa at the Estadio da Luz. RB Leipzig plays Shakhtar Donetsk. And in the final game tonight in Austria is Italian champions AC Milan traveling to RB Salzburg. Finally, on the show today, the Super Eagles will face the Desert Foxes during this month's international break following the postponement of AFCON qualifiers. Both countries missed out on the 2022 World Cup, with Nigeria falling to Ghana while Algeria were eliminated by Cameroon. The Super Eagles were set to face Guinea-Bissau home and away in the AFCON qualifiers during this month's window, while the Desert Foxes had a date with Niger before postponement of the qualifiers. Nigeria and Algeria have faced each other 6 times, with the Super Eagles winning thrice, while the North Africans have managed just 1 victory. That's all we can take on today's edition of Plus Sports on Plus TV this morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget that you can enjoy a lot more quality programming right here on Plus TV, right here on DSTV StarTimes, and of course online. You can also follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at PlusTvAfrica. My name is Wale Agbede. Good morning.